There's been a lot of bearish rhetoric for the euro over the last few weeks, but is it warranted? That's what we're going to talk about in today's video. I'm going to show you what I'm watching over the long term, as well as a pattern on the daily time frame that could trigger the next leg higher. All right, so let's get to it right now. A quick disclaimer that today's video is for educational purposes only. All views are my opinion and are not intended as investment advice. Forex is a high reward, high risk business, and you should not trade with borrowed money or money you cannot afford to lose. See the description of this video for the full disclaimer. So I want to start out with the monthly chart here because a lot of people saw this bearish engulfing month last month and they said, you know what, I'm going to sell the EURUSD because we're overextended here. We have a bearish engulfing month, and that clearly represents a turn lower. All right, that signals a move lower. But here's the issue with that. Even though we could see a push lower into 114.50, and that would be a significant move, in my opinion, the fact that we are holding above this multi-year wedge pattern or symmetrical triangle, this is bullish for the euro over the intermediate to long term. Now, 114.50, that was the area I was looking to buy from earlier. If you've seen my recent weekly videos, you know that that's the area that I've been keeping a very close eye on. And there's still time that we could see the euro move into that level for a buying opportunity over the next few weeks. However, if we look at the daily time frame, you can see where this week alone, we're already starting to push and take out some of these recent highs. So this one back here, we're starting to take that high out. And if we do close above this recent high, that could be an indication that we're going to see another push against the 119.50 area. In this pattern right here, the descending channel or bull flag, this is something I talked about recently where we could have this descending channel that's formed off of this recent consolidation. One of the biggest challenges with this recent consolidation is coming up with a favorable pattern to play. So back here, if you remember, we had a descending channel that worked out beautifully and also triggered that break higher. So I was buying through here, rode this all the way up here toward the 119.50 area. I got out once we started to come off of that 119.50 area. But that was a great trade. It was clean. We had consolidation back here. We had the breakout and the continuation. But right now, this has been challenging because we had consolidation back here in the form of an upward sloping flag. We then broke down, tested 116.15, and since then, we've just kind of been chopping around. But overall, if we use this first low within this consolidation, because I would argue that this is the first low back here within this broader consolidation, if we use that low and connect it with this one at 116.15, connect the upper one with this high up here, we could have a bull flag developing. Now here's the key. We have to watch and see how the EURUSD reacts to that 119 to 119.20 area. If we do see some selling pressure there, that's not an indication to sell. However, it is an indication that this structure right here is significant. And if we know that this structure is significant, it would also mean that a close above this area around 119.20 would also be significant and could trigger a continuation of this broader rally. But again, the tricky part here is where do you draw this level? Because I would argue that this is the first low, but what if we draw it from this low back here? If we do that, we get a much lower upper level, closer to 118.80, maybe 118.90. So it's all going to depend on what happens over the coming days. We'll have to watch and see how it reacts up here at this level. But ideally, I want to see a breakout from this entire consolidation. That means not only a break above this 119 area, but also a close above these recent highs back here, right around 119.70. All right, so I do want to see a move up here to 119.70, followed by a close well above that region. That would trigger a breakout from this recent sideways consolidation. That said, I did start scaling into a long EURUSD position today. I'm keeping that as a starter position, so it's a small position, and I will not add to it until we get a breakout from this consolidation. Now, my target for that breakout is the 125 region. This is something I've been talking about now for weeks, where if we do get above this area around 119.70, that could trigger a move up here toward the 125 area. Notice how we have this high back here in 2017, and a breakout from this consolidation based on this recent rally could easily take us up here toward the 125 area. Just keep in mind that we're looking at the weekly time frame right now, and this could take weeks or even months to play out. So patience will be key here if you're going to also have a target of 125. But ultimately, the big takeaway here is that the EURUSD is still consolidating as long as it's below the 11970 area or so. This consolidation is intact. So you have to be careful trying to buy this. Going in with a 2 or 3% position is not something I would do. Again, I have a starter position on right now. It's very small, and I will add to it on the way up if we do get a push higher. But if not, I'll be out of that position for a very small loss. So ideally for today, I want to see the pair close above this recent high so that this area through here around 118.20 or so can become new support. Now, it's really choppy around here, but I like the idea of the EURUSD closing above 118.20 and that region becoming support. Of course, if we do close above it, and then let's say tomorrow closes back below it, that could be an indication that this was a false break and could send the EURUSD lower. So that's something to keep an eye on too, and it's something I'll be monitoring with my starter position. If you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up, leave your comment below, and be sure to subscribe to my channel. See you next time.